Hello guys!
Good night, mate!
Welcome to my channel. My name's Amber. I do storytime videos, I do clothing hauls, I do just a bunch of random stuff, and if you've clicked on this video, thank you so much. If you haven't looked at the thumbnail, which I'm assuming you did, where I'm going to be sharing with you my Netflix recommendations because we're all stuck in ISO. What is there else to do? So I've got some comedies, some dramas, some mysteries to share with you guys so you can keep yourself entertained, lay in bed all day and just watch Netflix like I know I have been. Also, if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, join the repeat offenders who watch my videos all the time. I know that I have disappeared from YouTube for a little while, so I'm really excited to be back. I missed you guys, and I really missed just creating videos, but I just was struggling with uni and just had some personal dramas going on. You know how it is, but I'm back and I am back to stay with some new videos for you. So anyway, without rambling on any further, let's get into my Netflix recommendations. Alright. So I've got them written down in a little book because I will forget everything. So the first one I wanted to talk about is Afterlife. It's a British sitcom starring Ricky Gervais.
Oh yes, Daddy!
Who I freaking love. I've mentioned him in previous videos because he's one of my absolute favourite comedians. I love him in The British Office. Don't shoot me, okay? I don't really like the US Office.
She can't do that! Shoot her!
Please stay, okay? I promise. I won't talk any more blasphemy about Michael Scott. It's basically just Ricky Gervais. His character's Tony, and his wife just died. He's a middle-aged man, and he just is such a grumpy like, he's just the most grumpy bastard. You've probably seen meme videos of him calling this little kid a ginger
Pedo!
What?
Pedo!
I'm not a pedo, and if I was, you'd be safe, you tubby little ginger cunt.
Or you've probably seen the fish finger skit. But if you're not sold on Ricky Gervais and you're not quite sure whether this is your kind of thing, I will tell you that there is a very, very cute German Shepherd that is included in most of the episodes. So I would highly recommend watching that if you just want to laugh, if you like dry comedy. The second show that I want to recommend is another sitcom. It's another British sitcom, okay? I just really like my British humour, I'm sorry. This one is based all around the world of Tracy Gordon, who lives in like a low social economical apartment complex with her mum and younger sister in London. Although none of the writers have stated that Tracy has a learning disability or anything, she's definitely a very quirky, interesting character. The virgin, she's dating a guy who is a homosexual who's a lot older than her. Her family's extremely religious. I'm not giving away any of the plot, by the way. This is like all comes out in the first episode. And she just starts exploring the world of sex. Again, you've probably seen the meme video of her dry humping a guy's face with sweatpants on because she thought that that's how he would give her oral sex. I thought first episode, I'm like, this shit's a little weird, but honestly, I really ended up liking Tracy. The other characters in there are also quite funny. So I definitely recommend giving that a watch. There's 2 seasons. Alright, moving on, I'm gonna talk about a drama now. And this one is not a sitcom. It has longer episodes. It has 3 seasons. It's Good Girls. So the plot of it is that there's 3 women, 2 sisters and their best friend. They're just struggling for money. They decide to rob a grocery store that one of them works at. They just end up in so much trouble. So at first, like, they can pay off their debts and stuff, but then they end up in like this gang issue, and like there ends up being like gang affiliation, and it sounds a bit silly, but it's like super funny. All the episodes are really engaging. I was fucking laughing my head off. I recommended this to my mum as well, and she watched it and absolutely loved it as well. It's a show based around female friendship, which I love. There's not enough of that.
Coronavirus! I'm telling you, shit is real! All around me are familiar.
The next like drama, kind of teen drama that I want to talk about is Sex Education. I know you've probably already seen it. I know I've rewatched the season 3 times myself, but it's an awesome show that deals with so many complex issues of sex in a really mature and entertaining way. Also opens a dialogue about sexual assault in one of the episodes, which just does it in a really sensitive yet funny way. Characters, you'll just fall in love with all of them. There's Otis, who's like the quirky therapist son who just wears some really weird shit and he always just manages to say the wrong thing. And then we've got a cool rock chick, Maeve, who lives in a caravan park and just hates everyone but secretly just wants friends. And Eric, who is black and gay and loud and just absolutely steals the show with these banger one-liners.
You should wash your hands, you dirty pig.
I didn't do a poo.
So anyway, fucking watch that show. Awesome. Another show that I would recommend, this one is like a mystery. This is also a sitcom, only one season, shorter episodes. I'm sorry, I do watch a lot of shows that only have one season or 2 seasons because I find like shows that have like 7 or 8 seasons kind of suck towards the end. I'm talking to you, True Blood. Then I really end up resenting the show and the characters. I'm talking to you, Walking Dead. I'm talking to you, Homeland. And the way they've done things, so I just like to stick to shows that are shorter. But anyway, The Russian Doll. This stars Natasha Lyonne. I'm not sure how to say her name, but she's Grammy nominated. You probably all know her from Orange is the New Black. She plays the very sexy Nikki, which is part of the reason I decided to give Russian Doll a go. So she's a New Yorker woman. She's got this awesome freaking accent that just, like, I usually hate New Yorker accents, but hers is just so interesting. It's basically just stolen the idea of Groundhog Day. She lives one day and dies and then wakes up again the next day and relives the same life over and over until she starts making positive changes because she's kind of an asshole. That's the plot of the show, and it's really kind of dark. And watch the entire season in one night, which I would not recommend. Like, full on binge the whole season in one day, and I felt so weird after watching it. I was just like questioning everything. I don't want to give anything away, but it's a really, really good show. I can't wait for season 2 for some of the open plot lines to kind of close off and we get a little bit of closure with what's going on. Yeah, it's a really good show. I suggest you watch it, okay? The next show that I want to mention to you guys is Mad Men. This show has just sucked me in. It's 7 seasons, 14 episodes a season. Each episode's nearly 45 minutes long. So like if you want to be in something for the long haul and you like really getting to know characters, then that's the show for you. I know I've mentioned a lot of 1 seasons without even considering like what's actually going in the show, like just the freaking beautiful dresses from the 50s as the show slowly progresses and moves into the 60s, and then you get a bit of the 70s flares. That's just great and I love seeing that. And there's heaps of like interesting characters in the show. I find that most of the men, particularly Donald Draper, at the start loved him. Absolute hunk, but absolute dirtbag. Absolute dirtbag. Please let me know if you have already watched Mad Men. Did you fucking hate him by the end of the season? Because I'm struggling here. I'm struggling, Donald, to like you. It doesn't sound that interesting, but somehow it just keeps drawing you in with all this, like, the side of this just interesting business that I haven't really seen in any other show. Yeah. Good show. Good show, I would watch. And also, if we're talking about shows with a great aesthetic that I really enjoy, End of the Fucking World. The aesthetic of this show is just like, I'm 16 and I'm in love with Evan Peters. I want to date a serial killer, and I also think the 70s are really cool. This is the show for you. I really like it. It's also, is it British? I think it's British, or is it American? Regardless, really awesome show. Very, very, very quaint, just based around like weird teenagers who kind of fall in love and then fall out of love, and there's a serial killer, and it's just, yeah, it's good. It's kind of like American Horror Story season 1, but like less horror. Yeah, I guess that's how I describe it. But anyway, watch it. And the last recommendation that I want to make to you guys is a reality show. I do not like reality shows, but The Circle. Okay, so basically there's 8 contestants to begin with, and they're all in separate apartments in one complex, and they can't physically talk to each other. They can only talk to each other on social media. beg my pardon. So they have like these big televisions in their rooms and they can only like text each other, but they're only allowed to send a certain amount of messages a day and only to like 2 people, I think. But because it's all online, some of them are catfishes. So they set up like a little social media, like they set up like a little Instagram, so all the people in the apartment can see each other's profiles, but some of them aren't who they say they are, and at the end of like every round they have to vote someone out, and they're all competing for $100,000. And I thought that the people that they had on this show were all really entertaining. It was kind of like Big Brother meets Catfish is kind of how I describe the show. I really enjoyed the show. It was quite wholesome how some of the people make friendships, and then also devious how some of them are like trying to flirt their way to the top. If you're feeling a little bit lonely during this period of isolation, I would recommend watching that show because it's kind of nice just seeing how people connect online. And they don't actually know what people look like, kind of like how it is now. The only way we can communicate is on FaceTime and things like that with our friends. So anyway, this concludes my Netflix recommendations. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm really glad to be back on YouTube. I now have like 120 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for that. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below if you've watched any of these shows, if you think my recommendations are shit, if you think they're good, just comment down below please, and I'll reply back to you, or if you have any questions about any of the shows. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys so much. Bye! Love ya.